I'm getting a lot of questions about how to configure the SMT indicator, and a couple of people were not getting signals at the same time that I was, and so I want to make sure that all your settings match my settings, and then I'll go through kind of how to configure them, what each indicator does, and how you can use it. So once I've added you to the indicator, you're going to go ahead and go to the right side of your screen under notifications. You should see a notification that you've been added. You're going to open up the SPY chart. So if you look at in your symbol search here, you just type in SPY, and you're going to find SPY Fund ETF NYSE ARCA. And I'm not sure if you need to be in the US or something like that, but this is the one that I use, and this is what it's been coded for, so this will give you the most accurate price action. So I'm going to click on that and make sure we load SPY. Another thing is I have real-time data. You might want to get those real-time quotes, because if you're lagging in your quotes, your indicator will inherently lag, and that can offset your EMAs and cause you to not get the appropriate signal. So I think it's a couple dollars a month, but it's worth it. You're going to get those real-time signals, and it'll help you a lot in your trading, and you know, $3 a month, one trade will get you that, so I think it's worth it. Now, once you've been added, you can go over to the indicators button up here at the top, and you'll see under invite only scripts, you should have both of these. So whenever you purchase the indicator, I will give you both of these. If you go to TradingView, you'll see that here's the indicator, and it doesn't have fib levels, but it does have everything else. So you're going to get your EMAs, and you're going to get your signals that trigger that are configurable with alerts. If you buy the one, well, you get both, but there's also one with indicators. One with fib levels, and that's going to be a separate one, but you get both. Now the reason they're separate is because it's a huge hassle to remove the fib levels if you don't want to use them. You have to literally remove the levels one by one, so to make it easier, you can just switch indicators. So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure for a couple of things. You're going to go into your settings, and I'm going to do this slowly so you can pause the video and make sure that everything matches. So these are my symbol settings. This is critical. You want your session to be under extended trading hours, because the price action in pre-market will affect your EMAs. I'm going to go through these anyway. I don't think they matter, but you know, just make sure everything matches. Okay, so those are all my settings. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to first add a couple of things, right? I want to add the MACD first. So moving average, convergence, divergence, and that's the one that's from TradingView. So we're just going to drop that in there, and then you're also going to add VWAP. So just type in VWAP, and then use this technicals volume weighted average price. And what I do when I go into my VWAP settings, I go to the settings, and I don't really care about the cloud here. I don't use the upper and lower bounds of that. I just use the middle part. So I'm going to disable upper and lower band and the band fill, and then I'm going to make my VWAP whatever color. It's by default blue, but I'm using blue for my 21 EMA, so I'm going to make this orange. Alright, so now that I have that, I can add my SMT indicator. So I'm going to start with the one without the fibs. So you can see that it plots the high of day, the low of day, and this is where you see the signal. So the signal triggered here. We saw the crossover, we saw the red MACD, we saw all the signals that we needed, and so we got that crossover. And you don't see it here because I haven't plotted any levels, but if we go to my plot from today, you could take that candle close to the next level down, and so you would have some profit there on a scalp. But yeah, so that's the one without fib levels. You are going to go in your settings, and you can see you should have all these checked. You get a 5 EMA, 9 EMA, 21 EMA, 200 EMA, your buy and sell signals, your previous low of day and previous high of day, and then you can also configure alerts. So if you go to alerts here at the top right, you can click on this button right here that's create alert, and then you can go to the condition and select SMT indicator. Then you can do buy signal or sell signal. You can have it trigger once per minute, or trigger only once, and then you can make it an open-ended alert so that you never have to restart it. And then you can even give it a nickname, and then I already have the message as buy signal triggered by default, or sell signal. So that's cool. And now I will show you what it looks like if you add the one with the fib levels. So we're going to head an X on that. We're going to go to the indicators, and we're going to add the one with the Fibonacci levels. So it's been added, and right away you see we have a fib level that's been added here. So here we found support there, resistance off the fib level twice, rejected it here and here. So it has 6 fib levels. It doesn't have all the fib levels. So there's a couple fib levels missing that I wasn't able to plot because I reached the maximum number. But nonetheless, it's additional areas that you can use as support and resistance. and depending on the day, sometimes they're super useful. Sometimes we don't necessarily run into them. Here is pretty good. You can see we rejected it there. So that's helpful. So you can use the fibs that way. So I think that should answer some questions. You should be getting the appropriate signals now. I'll just give you a few more examples of the signal working a couple of days. So you got the buy signal here, ran up end of day. Got the sell signal here, we bear flagged and then dipped. There's a sell signal here, we continued dumping end of day. Sell signal here from earlier today, and then we dumped to, well, we didn't dump, but we pushed back to this level, which I'm trying to see if this is a pre-market support level, maybe. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully that helps you guys. If you have any more questions, just feel free to send me an email or DM me on Twitter, and I'll do what I can to help you guys out.